So this is going to be the Pillow Talk series 101, but I wanted to address the Kanye situation without beating a dead horse. So this is coming from someone who has Jewish ancestry. I'm what they call a crypto Jew. So basically, my family, the bloodline, we were Jews in Spain, of which we weren't allowed to practice Judaism openly. So some people chose to practice Judaism secretly. So crypto meaning like encrypted, hidden. So we're the crypto Jews, right? As of now, it's not too hot to be a Jew. So some people like myself wear it semi openly. So this is someone with Jewish ancestry who's been persecuted for his Jewish ancestry. In the past, I had the NYPD try to frame me for various crimes, including being a member of ISIS and things of that nature, based upon false reports submitted by women who felt that they could abuse the law system because they were women, right? They saw the Emmett Till documentary and said, that can be me, and then they decided to try it. But after the NYPD had found out that, it was probably a bad idea to frame a Jewish person for being a member of ISIS, they told me, well, we can still get you on terrorism because the Jews were responsible for 9/11. And these are just some of my experiences being a Jewish person and a person of color. So I understand actual anti-Semitism. I understand being persecuted for being a Jew. And I was waiting for the anti-Semitic parts of Kanye's tweet, and they were non-existent. So I think it's important that we look at free speech through the lens of it actually being free. And some may say, well, we have to garner against hate speech, right? And I agree with that. But sometimes hate speech becomes an all-inclusive title for I don't like what this person is saying and I want to dismiss it, right? And it seems like that's what happened with Kanye and with Kyrie. 'Cause we're at a point now where not even being actually hateful is being considered hateful, you know? So some people were angry with Kyrie because he shared the link relative to a book that was on a public forum, by the way. He didn't promote it, he just said this is it, right? And they were angry with him because I'm not sure of the exact title of the book or what it includes, but from what I've heard, it seems to be based upon a narrative that's actually quite common in black urban environments, and that's that black people have Semitic ancestry, which is probably true, right? And that the Ashkenazi population is a group of Turkish people, I believe, who converted into Judaism, right? Let me address two things. Just because you convert into Judaism doesn't make your Judaism any less valid. Because if that was the case, then King David, his Judaism would be invalid, right? Because Ruth was a Moabite, and the Messiah, Jesus, in Christian theology, couldn't have been the Messiah because he wouldn't have truly been Jewish, right? Because he comes through the tribe of David. Now, I also come through the tribe of David. So maybe I'm a bit impartial in me saying that, a conversion doesn't make your Judaism any less valid. Now, there are a lot of people who were Jewish, right? And because of Christianity being such a strong influence, because sometimes Jewish people, especially Jewish boys, were forcibly brought into Christian camps and forced to march in Christian armies and things of that nature. That was a relatively common phenomenon. So what the Ashkenazis did was they ruled that if you had a Jewish grandmother, right, that you can be considered Jewish because so many people who had Jewish grandmothers had become Christian and they were marching in Christian armies, and they said, well, what's the best way to rectify this situation? Now, we know about the Ethiopian dynasty, right? Through Solomon. That's undeniable. No one can deny the Ethiopian Jews, right? No one can deny the Moroccan Jews, right? No one can do that. No one can deny the Mizrahi Jews in Egypt, right? That's already three countries in Africa, right? As far as the Western Africans, to deny that there are Western Africans who have Jewish ancestry is to deny the Bible in itself, because God says some very interesting things. He says they will be dispersed to all nations. Let me tell you, there's Jews in China, there's Jews in Jamaica, there's Jews in the Netherlands, there's Jews in Poland, there's Jews in Canada, there's Jews in Mexico, there's Jews all over the fucking world. And the only place that they don't want people to think that Jews could be is Western Africa. That seems quite strange to me. Quite strange. But there's one of the Bible verse I think is very beautiful, right? And God says, I will make those who say they are Jews, but are the synagogue of Satan, I will make them come and bow down to you and admit that I loved you. And if you're in this particular situation and these words resonate with you, I want you to know that God loves you no matter what part of your history they tried to erase. I was with a rabbi one day and he said something very interesting. So we talk about death, and hell being the second death, right? In Christian theology, you die and then you die again by being separated by God. But the third death is when they erase your history and they make you believe that you're someone that you're not. Because in that sense, they've killed you, because the person you are, the person you're supposed to be, doesn't exist, right? And sometimes you have to believe things that are contrary to the norm of society in order for society to become great, right? It took a great man to say, I believe the earth goes around the sun and not the other way around. Even if they kill me, I'm going to stand with the truth, right? There were people who decided a long time ago, I don't believe that the moon is God, right? I don't believe this particular heavenly body is something that we should worship. And they killed him. There were a lot of people who told the truth, and because the world wasn't ready for that truth, they decided to lynch and murder those people. But if those people didn't have the strength and the integrity to say, you know what, I don't care if they kill me, I'm going to stand with the truth, then the truth would have never gotten out to the masses, right? And I'm not saying we should jump on every conspiracy bandwagon. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, if deep down you know what the truth is, don't let the whole world tell you that's not the case, right? Even if the whole world is gaslighting you, you gotta stand with it, And just know that in the event that you're standing with the truth, you and the truth versus the whole world, the world is not enough. It's not. The world has to succumb to the truth and not the other way around. You understand?